out of my face. Podcast!
This woman faced instant karma after starting a fight in a fit of road rage.
Let's go! Get out of the car! You want to run the... Get out the car there! Get out! Get out! I didn't touch you. You were
Hey, fellas, you gonna protect her? She deserve your protection?
on my God. Come and touch me, because my man's right there. Come and put your hands at me. I ain't driving crazy. Your was on my goddamn... I went to the other lane. Get out of my face. Podcast!
Hey, there was a woman in the car. Sheesh.
As if it weren't already bad enough, she's about to get reprimanded by a man for her bizarre actions.
That was a long walk.
Stop jumping on cars and feet. Get in the car. Stop jumping on the car.
Wait, is that her boyfriend?
B, why are you jumping on the car on feet? Get in the car.
Look at her lying.
Get home. Come on, get home.
Wow.
It is unclear what sparked the brutal interaction, and if anyone suffered injuries as a result. But this is no way to act.
I couldn't tell. Was that her boyfriend? Hey, you mute.
She said her guy was in the car while they
Yeah.
were arguing.
That's what I
That
thought.
kind of threw me off. But this is another example of, look, we know that if this was the other, if a man puts his hands on a woman, it's wrong, completely wrong. But here's the thing, though. Most men, if they're getting punched or slapped, their natural instinct is to respond with
Yeah.
the same energy they were just given. So it's harder for me to. I think you lose, and this is where people say there's advantages to being a woman. I don't care what you say. There are advantages to being a woman because generally speaking, we know you're supposed to be protected. We
Mhm.
know we can't deal with you the same way as we do men. But when you step outside of your protections, this is the kind of thing that happens.
Yeah.
And the guy, I don't know if he saw the whole thing or not, but he did what most guys would do. What did you do? Why did you
Yeah.
run up on him like that?
Yeah.
No,
And
she stepped out of her femininity, and that's what happened when she did it.
what femininity? If anything, it was masculinity. And she tried to check his girl. So according to our last person, she said, if you don't protect your, well, I guess her in that case, then you're not a man, or at least with this guy's white. So I don't know, maybe she's going to trip his whiteness. But anyways, she said, if you don't protect him, then you're not a man. And what does he do? He gets out of the car. Now, he wasn't getting in her face, or he was just walking over trying to, I assume he was trying to de-escalate, but he was walking away and she punched him. And she's telling him, don't get in my face. So she's already threatening him with another guy, another crash out dummy. And then she's saying, and then she just hits him while he's walking away. Those are some cowardice things. No man can get away with that. Like, not even close. Now, there was no police report that was filed, and the police did review it, but they said nobody's filed a report. So I think it's crazy that this
I
chick.
wonder why there was no report filed, because he could have made the case that he was assaulted and he just defended himself.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in society, men are not allowed to defend themselves against women. But I think with this woman, though, she
That's the court
definitely
of public opinion, though. He has it on video that she struck him and ran up on him.
Yeah.
So, look, man, this lady.
I'm not saying he's in the wrong too. I mean, that guy should get a medal, honestly. Like, that chick was 100% in the wrong, and it's a great video to show to people how you do not try to mess with men. I think that woman probably weighed more than that guy, and he just scooped her up like she was just like a pillow. Like, she found out the hard way. Her back probably still hurts.
Hey, let me screen share real quick. I'm going to share something, and I'm assuming since it's on YouTube, it won't get us a YouTube strike. So it's from the Daily Mail. Let me. This is a the opposite situation. Let's just call it that. I'm going to share something real quick. Here's a different example, but on this example, this is what happens when masculinity is not present when it should have been.
Mm.
Move on now to a wild brawl at an NFL preseason game in Pittsburgh, but it wasn't with the guys on the field. It actually happened in the stands after a woman slapped a man in the face. And just take a look, but a warning for you, this is pretty hard to watch.
You know these simp enforcers. Nah, you can't have your glasses on. Just beat that dude ass.
This situation, you have a lady who's arguing with the dude. Look, and I'm very firm on this. My wife will tell you, I tell her all the time, do not argue with men. If you have a problem with the man, it's not your problem anymore. It's my problem.
Now, these women are out of pocket.
You have this woman here who's sitting here arguing with this dude. The boyfriend is just sitting there, just watching and observing, totally lack of masculinity. He should have been trying to de-escalate that, either telling his lady to calm down or be like,
Got his chicken under control.
Yeah, like, look, bro, you're gonna have to direct that energy towards me. So let's talk, let's figure this out. Like, we gonna talk about it or we gonna do something, but we gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
Now notice when she slapped him, he showed restraint the first time. It wasn't until she slapped him again that he started to go. First he fired on the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Then he fired on the lady. So he was showing restraint. So even he knew in the back of his head, this lady is getting out of pocket, but she's still a lady, and I have to treat her that way. But that second slap, he was just like, you know what? She threw it out the window.
Yeah.
So
And
here's an example of the masculinity. A guy was there, but he wasn't being a man, and now him and his girl got messed up for it.
yeah, and I'll tell you this though, fellas, if you got a scrap, I get it. Sometimes that stuff happens. You might live in Philly, just happens. I get it, but you you should have took those glasses off a long time ago. And if you're a dreadhead dude, man,
I don't think
y'all
he was trying to
asking for
fight,
trouble.
though. He kept telling her, stay out of my face, stay out of my face. I think he kept him on because he didn't want to fight.
No. At that point, though, like, look, and that's the other thing too, man. You got to do a better job of like, hey, there's a 50% chance it's going to turn into a fight, and a 75% chance it will be a fight with another guy. So you walk away, you sit down, or go get a Coke and a smile or something. But there's a good chance that's going to turn into a fight. So you should have had them glasses off, and then as soon as that dude got his happy ass up, he should have knocked him out. Like straight up, like, and I'm not advocating for. I better strike that. Not advocating for violence as a family show, but I'm just saying he should have been very ready, because in any fight, and I feel like most men know this, but any fight you got to know some simp enforcer is going to show up. He doesn't know what's going down. He doesn't know how it started. In most cases, they're not asking questions. They just see like a damsel in distress. Like as soon as she struck him, she oh my God, white women tears. Like she played all the cards. And that's how a lot of these men crash out. They see some woman crying. They see some woman, like, oh, he's trying to hurt me. The, angry guy, and this happens to, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. This a lot of times, which is weird. I only say it happened to black and white men. I never say it happened to Asian men or Indian men, or maybe it happens to Mexicans. I don't know. But the point is, for a lot of men, you got to be ready for that stuff to go down, or you just got to de-escalate it really quick. Like if you don't want to like mess up your J's, you want to mess up your shirt or whatever, then don't get in a fight. Just walk away. There's plenty of times where I was like, man, this is going to probably turn into a fight, and I don't feel like doing paperwork today. Just walk away. That's what I did. Just walk away. Plus, you don't want to get banned from a stadium too.
I'm still looking at that beta boyfriend of hers. And the reason why I know that's her boyfriend is because if you watch the entire news article, they talk about it later. We just didn't want to play the whole clip. He handled that wrong. He could have avoided all of this.
Yeah.
The proper thing to do, he should have stood up. I would have told, look, if that was me, I'd have told my wife, stand behind me, please. I need to handle this. She stands behind me. I'm talking with dude now. I'm like, look, bro, let's figure this out, because you're not going to keep talking to her like this. Now, bring that smoke to me. And either we gonna talk it out like men, or I keep a pair of boxing gloves in my car. I haven't had to use them in a long time, but I do box on occasion, and I'm not afraid to. And as I said earlier, me being a concealed carry person, I have to be very mindful of de-escalation tactics. So
Yeah,
let's talk it out. Hopefully you can talk it out.
yeah.
If it come down to that, I got some gloves here. Take a pair. I got a pair. Let's go.
Yeah, just looking at the comments here, equal wives, equal fights. That's always a fun one. She learned a valuable lesson that day. I bet she did. I bet you she
I don't think she
got to go to a
did.
doctor.
I don't
Like,
think she learned anything.
well, I mean, we do keep seeing stories of women just keep challenging men. And for the amount of men that know that, hey, this woman is probably, she caused the fight or some type of cap stuff probably happened, but they still crash out. It says, as a woman, I applaud that man who gave it back, never tolerate bullying and needless violence. That woman has clearly has gotten away with aggressive behavior in the past. Yeah, not anymore. Said her man was in the car, but he did not come to rescue her. She's probably sick and tired of her mouth too. I don't think her man was in the car. I think she was just saying that because she was probably trying to scare him or something. But either way, don't play stupid games like that either. Don't be saying your man is right around the corner and he ain't. You're gonna get him deleted. And then you gotta tell, if you guys got kids, hey, mommy was running off at the mouth and got your dad deleted, but I'm gonna get you a new one who probably will crash out. Man, they will move on. And this is the other thing too. They will move on to the next guy to get their cheeks clapped by the next guy while you serving a bid or you in the ground 6 feet under. Like, that's the crazy thing. They will move on to the next guy within a few months. Like, there was a story of and these are like younger people that did this happen to, but the dude crashed out over some guy liking his chick's pictures, and he saw that he was close. He went over and he got, and that was in him. But then his dude, the dude that shot him, the dude that deleted the guy that was talking about his girl, he ended up going to prison, and then his girl is getting her cheeks clapped by another guy. I know this because she's telling the world that she got a new guy clapping her cheeks. So, men, you got to do better, and also you got to teach your sons better, because the media will tell you that a guy is responsible for crashing out. Like, if you're, son, you're expected to crash out over your mom no matter what. And I understand there are some situations that go on, but everybody knows that, hey, mom, you're going to have to stand down, and you got to have the courage to tell your parents, or I mean, not tell your parents, but tell your mom, especially if there's not that guy there. If you can, tell her to stand down, just like you would with your sister, like you would with your girlfriend, your wife. You have to tell women that are around you that are supposed to be in your protection or will listen to you. You have to be able to tell them to stand down and try to de-escalate the situation. I don't think as a society, I don't think we do a good job of telling men, young men, how to do stuff like that. They just, hey, this gives me a chance to knock somebody out, and they do it, but they end up getting 2-8. So, people figure it out the hard way, I guess.
Hey, let me share one more video. This is another confrontation. This one didn't result in anybody getting punched or hit, but it kind of ties to the conversation. This is Marshawn Lynch in his football camp. I don't know if you remember this story, but I'll set it up before I play it. This is a mother right here who was pissed off at the way Marshawn was talking to her son who was playing at the football camp.
You should just let them know because they're all in here.
Is there a man here with you? No. Okay, so truth of the matter is, oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay, now I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I just wanted y'all to see that little part of it, right? This lady is following him as he was walking up the bleachers trying to walk away, and his response was, he saw that she was upset. She was cutting him off, not letting him finish what he was trying to say. And he finally said, is there a man here? And I know exactly why he said that. I'm hoping most of the men out here know why that happened too. But here's the thing. He asked that question because he knows either he's thinking a man is going to be more level-headed, which they should be, or he's thinking, I'm about to super sock somebody and I need for her to be her man because I don't want to do it to her. When men go back and forth, we're not going to be doing that for too long. Either it's going to get resolved quick or there's going to be some frontage removing. That's pretty much what it is. Hopefully you resolve it with your words.
Yeah, that's the expectation, but we know how expectations go.
Yeah.
Men, like the other woman, crash out just like this woman crashed out. Nobody came to save her, and and she's probably called off for work when that's when that body slam happened.
It's fascinating to me that women don't realize how powerful femininity is, because if you're a woman who's acting feminine, you can pretty much inspire a guy to do whatever you want to. If you're just sitting there like,
I.e., crash out.
well, this gentleman is bothering me and I'm not comfortable right now. Somebody gonna step up like, hey man, leave the lady alone, man. Like, I don't understand why they don't know this. Women inspire or manipulate with the power that they have, and I don't know why y'all don't use that as opposed to trying to mimic men behavior. I
Well,
don't get it.
So the ones that do, they end up in Congress.
That's another story, but I ain't gonna argue that either.
Yeah,
And that's on both sides, by the way. There's a lot of masculine women in Congress.
this is true. This is true. All right, next topic.